Hello, dear students. Welcome to my presentation again. I am Mahendra Weeratunga. M.Sc 30-1 Alberta curriculum, model answers to assignment. Today I am going to present the video number 2 for the transformation. In my last video, I have explained the answers to question from 1 to 3. Okay, now I have already drawn the diagram for question number 4. Okay, question number 4 says, for the graph of y equal to f of x, this is the graph of y equal to f of x. Okay, now I have drawn this graph with the purple color. This is the graph of y equal to f of x. This is the graph, okay, forget about this one, this is my answer. This is the graph of y equal to f of x, purple color. Question asks, with graph represent y is equal to negative f of x. Now we have to obtain the graph to represent the reflection about x-axis. Reflection about x-axis means all the points should reflect about the x-axis. Simply speaking, we have to maintain these two distance, considering this as a mirror. Then corresponding point to this point is, you have to mark equal distance from the other side, that is somewhere here. You can mark another point, this point with this. That means mark corresponding points in the other side of the x-axis. Okay, in that way you understand that the mirror image of this graph about the x-axis, reflection of the graph about the x-axis is this red color graph. The question doesn't say mirror image or reflection about x-axis. We have to know about that. The question asks, what graph represents the y equal to negative fx? But we know if there is a negative sign in front, in the right side, that means the graph has been reflected above x-axis. That means this is a new graph. Let's select the question number to match with this red color graph. Okay, that is clearly question number C. The answer is option C. Not the question number, answer is option C. Okay, now we have done the question number 4 carefully. Now let's jump into other question number 5. Okay, this is the sketch provided with the question. I draw the rough sketch. The question says, the two functions in the graph show now reflections of each other. Select the type of reflection. Actually, this is a tricky question because we have been asked to identify the type of reflection. Answers are given in the word form. Even they did not say what is the original function, what is image function, doesn't matter. That means one graph is the image of other function. One graph is the reflection of each other. That means this graph, that means the graph inverted graph, the graph which opens down is the reflection of the graph which opens up. In other words, the graph opens up is the reflection of the graph open down above the x-axis. Okay, that means correct answer says this is a reflection about x-axis. Okay, a reflection in the x-axis. The answer does not match. They talk about some nuisance wording, okay, nuisance result. Reflection about y equal x, we don't know about that, okay. Correct answer is reflection about x-axis. That means answer is B. Okay, let's go to question number 6. Question number 6. What the question 6 says? The graph of y equal fx. The graph of y equal f of x is stretched horizontally by a factor of 5 and reflected in x-axis. What is the equation of the image graph in terms of f? This is original graph, y is equal to f of x. They have mentioned about two kind of transformation. Stretch horizontally by factor b. What is stretch factor for the horizontally? Horizontal stretch factor is 1 upon b. Okay, in our notation. SF stands for stretch factor. Horizontal stretch factor is 1 upon b, which is equal to 5. That is one thing. Reflected in x-axis. Okay. That means first step is y is equal to minus fx. What is b? By solving this, we understand that b is equal to 1 upon 5. Then what would be the equation? Minus f of bx. Okay. If the function is subjected to the horizontal stretch, then this is the way of writing the image graph. This is the way of writing the equation of the image graph with the reflection about x-axis. Then that is already accommodated, reflection about x-axis. That has been incorporated with negative sign. Then we have to substitute value of b. Value of b is 1/5. That means the relevant equation is y equal negative f of 1/5 x. Okay. The correct answer is A, B, C, D, C. Answer is option number C. Okay, now let's move to the next question. Question number 7. Question number 7. What the question 7 says? When a is greater than 0, the function gs is equal to ac square. Function g of x equal to ax squared. It has been given the condition a is positive. Has what relationship to the question asks with this condition? The function gs has what relationship to the base function f of x equal square? For the explanation purpose, I am explaining using the diagram. This is the base function y equal square. Fs equal square. Now a is positive, what happened? If a is greater than 0, the function is subjected to the vertical stage of absolute value a. That means they are asking actually the meaning of this. Okay, simply we can say vertical state by factor. What is the factor? Absolute value a. Because if it is multiplied by a, that is vertical stage by factor of absolute value a. That is one thing. But in addition to that, if a is negative reflection about x-axis, that means if the function has been given like this, the two things may happen. Two things may happen simultaneously. Function is stretched by vertical factor of a, like this, stretch or compress, doesn't matter, and reflection about x-axis, but that is not applicable here because a is positive. As a is positive, the reflection is not happen. Okay, that means the option number B is not valid. You have to be careful. That means they have given option for our wrong answer also. If we are misled for some reason, there is answer for that. You have to be careful. Don't think that other all answers are some nuisance answer. Okay. That means out of this A and B, A is the most correct answer. Answer is A. Actually, when we look at these questions, all questions may or may not carry equal marks. We don't know about that. That depends on the teacher's marking scheme. But some questions, if we assume all questions carry equal mark, but unfortunately, some questions are easy. We can solve one question within 1 or 2 minutes. But some questions are difficult. We have to spend more time, as well as doing the exam, as well as for the explanation. But when we are explanation in detail, that will take more time. Okay, let's go to other question. Question number 8. What the question number 8 says? The point A, 1664, lies on the graph of y equal square root s cube. Y equal square root s cube. The point A is located on this graph. For our information, that is obvious, no? That means when you plug this value here, s equals 16 cube, if you take the square root using the calculator, you are getting this value. That is obvious, okay? It's on the graph. What are the coordinates of the image A prime? What are the coordinates of image A prime? This is a question. What are the coordinates of image A prime on the graph y equal 1/4 square root 2x to the power 3. Okay. Now, in order to answer the question, in order to finalize the answer to question, we have to carefully examine this original function and image function. When we compare this original function and image function, what are the similarities? Okay, what are the differences? Actually, this is s cube, square root s cube. This is also square root of, that is also cube. That means x has been replaced with 2x. S has been replaced by 2s. That is one thing. That means the b value is equal to 2. Because we have to compare these two functions. Y equal f of x. Here this is look like y equal a f x. A f b x actually. Okay. Just to explain in another way, I use this one. This is the original function, y equal f of x. This is the image function, y equal f a f b x. Because when you compare these two, we can understand that both horizontal and vertical stretch are applicable. Okay, let's figure out a and b. Actually, we already figured out b. Instead of x, here you have 2s. That means definitely b value is equal to 2. That is done. What is a value? That is also very obvious. That is pretty easy. The value of a is the coefficient which has been multiplied by the function right side. That is 1/4. A is equal to 1/4. That means by looking these two functions, we have figured out values of a and b are. Okay, what's the next step? For the next step, we have to understand this one. I hope everybody can see this side. Usually this is the way. The xy will become 1 upon bx and ay. This is an image notation or mapping notation. Xy is the original coordinate. This is the coordinate of the image function. S will become 1 by bx. Y will become ay. Because other two parameters, h and k, are not applicable here. Okay. Now let's plug these values into here. What are the values here? X equal xy. That is coordinates of a and b. That is from here. S equals 16, y equals 64. A equal 1/4, b equal 2. That means let's input all these values, xy as well as a and b values, into this expression. Now what is that? 1 upon b times x. That means 1 upon 2 times original value. This is 8. Okay, that means new x coordinate is 8. What is new y coordinate? A times y. That is 1 upon 4 times original y value, 64. That is 16. Okay. Now 8 and 16 are the new coordinate. That is the coordinate of the image A prime on the new graph. These are answer 8 and 16. The correct answer number is answer A. Okay, now we can take a small breath. Actually, we moved these questions 5, 6 and 5, 6, 7 and 8 very quickly as we are familiar. No, familiar meaning actually I have to, you to be familiar with these things. When I understand my audience, whatever the audience is familiar, then I am able to move this fast. Okay. Okay. That is the stories about that. Okay, let's take a breath and continue other question. Question number 9. Question number 9. Okay, what the question number 9 says? the function fx, the function f of x equal x squared plus 5x plus 6 has zeros. That means zeros of this function are -2 and -3. Zeros, x-intercept. That means when you sketch this graph, these are the x-coordinates where graph cut x-axis. Just for explanation purpose, I can explain this further. Let's sketch this graph. In order to sketch this, you can factor this easily. I think the grade 12 student can do this easily. These are factorable. AC equal to 1. Then you can use a decomposition method. If you take the factor of 6, that is 2 and 3, the summation of 2 and 3 is equal to the middle term. That means you are getting these factors easily, is plus 2, is plus 3. Just for verification purpose, you can expand this and see whether you are getting the original function. S squared, 3s2 is 5s plus 6. This is understood. Actually, even though x-interests are not given also, you should be able to figure out this. But actually, for our convenience, for your convenience, maybe they have given the x-intercept. Otherwise, if you made this to 0, using the zero product principle, you know, when you made this to 0 separately, you are getting S equal -2, S equal -3. Okay, that is just to verify the x-intercept. When it is possible, actually, verification is nothing to lose. Then we can verify the answer always by alternative ways. Okay, that is one story. -2 and 3 are located here. This is -2, this is -3. Also, this is a quadratic function. A is equal to 1. That means opens up. The function is located midway between these 2 points. No, these are just extra things, okay? Recalling and memorizing is nothing to lose, because the learning mathematics is never end. This one and this one. Okay, what the question asks? What are the zeros of the function? Because they have defined another function. What are the zeros of the function? Y is equal to -2 f of 1/11 x. That means that they have made us here like this. Now we have to sketch this new graph. We don't have to sketch, just okay. Look at this graph. That means we have to find corresponding x value for. Corresponding x value for this image function. What is image function? Xy will become what? As I said earlier. Here also, like in the previous question, only the vertical stretch, horizontal stretch and reflections happen. There are 3 transformations here, okay? Not both actually. The value of A, B and applicable. In addition to that, there is a minus sign here. But we have to be concerned about S coordinate only. What is a new S coordinate? That is 1/bx. New y coordinate is ay. But mind about this one only, 1/bx. Okay, I am writing here, x new coordinate equal 1/b times s all coordinate. That means when I recap about the theories of the transformation, I mentioned about that. This is a way of obtaining s new value. S new value equal 1/b times, that is stretch factor times x all value. What is b? This is a die, okay. This is b. It has been hidden here. B is 1/11. I am writing this here. B is 1/11. What is 1/b? 1/b is equal to 11. That means our stretch factor, this is 11. This whole thing is 11. S new value is equal to 11 times x old values. Now we have to figure out two new values. Okay, for this old value, when you plug s equal to negative 3 here, you are getting 11 times negative 3. That is negative 33. When you plug s equal to negative 2 here, negative 2 times 11. That is negative 22. Okay, but this position will change. Then new x-intercept is somewhere here, corresponding to this point somewhere here. Actually, it is located very far away from this point, somewhere here and here. Okay, I am talking actually further just to explain this. But however, your answer is this one, minus 22 and minus 23. Okay, that means the answer is A. A is the matching answer for this figure. Okay, answer number is A. Okay, let's discuss the next question also under this video, video number 2. Question number 10. Question number 10. Okay, unfortunately question number 10 is also only diagram. For the graph of y equal f of x shown below, which graph represent y equal negative 4 of x? Okay, I am drawing y equal f of s roughly. Then they are asking the graph of y equal negative 4 of x. Okay, what kind of transformation factors you can see here? A value, only A value is applicable. A is negative 4. When you compare with A of x, by looking at this we understand the general type of transfer function is like this, y equal to A of x. A is equal to negative 4. That means state factor is absolute value A. Because A impact for the value of A impact for the vertical stage. That means the function has been stretched vertically by factor A. Vertical stretch factor, we can write like this. Vertical stretch factor equal to absolute value A, that is 4. That means new function is stretched by factor 4. In addition to that, there is a minus sign in front. That means reflection about. The function reflects about x-axis. Okay. That means you can draw the new function like this. Stretched by factor 4, then reflection. Okay, this is a new graph. Before identifying the new graph, I can provide you some more specific information. When you are doing the combined transformation, when you are dealing with combined transformation, there is a standard rule that is called SRT rule. If you follow this rule, that is convenience, but this is not mandatory. For your convenience, when you are dealing with the transformation, you can use SRT rule. That means this is a sequence of transformation. S stands for stretch. Stretch. R stands for reflection. T stands for translation. SRT rule. That means it is better if you do the step first. That is the way we understand this one. Step first. When you stretch this is a graph after stretching. But I did not draw this, okay? Then reflection. When you reflect this expanded graph, you are getting this graph. Okay. Now this is the graph for the new function. The answer matching for this graph is, the answer matching for this diagram is A. Answer is A. Okay. Now in my video number 1 and 2, I have already covered the multiple choice question from 1 to 10. Okay, let's continue our remaining question from our next video. See you again. Thank you.